Sambara Sambara Bimanasara Mazababa Hum Pe Soha. Om Sambara Sambara Bimanasara Mazababa Hum Pe Soha. Om Sambara Sambara Bimanasara Mazababa Hum Pe Soha. The chapter on medicines. Chapter 3. Summary of contents: Rajagriha, Nalanda, Vanuyastika, Patali village, the Ganges, Masked Cloud, Mahapranada, and Vaishali, which is the last. Rajagriha, the disaster of Rajagriha and its end. The Buddha, the Blessed One, was once staying in Kalanda Kanivapa bamboo grove near Rajagriha. When Prince Ajatashatru was enticed by Devadatta to kill his own father, who was a righteous Dharma king, and crown himself king, he began to perform a number of disrespectful acts towards the Blessed One, and set the elephant Dhanapalaka and a fierce dog on the Blessed One in order to kill him. His mother, Vaidehi, told him, "My son, do not perform disrespectful acts towards the Blessed One. Since the Buddhas, the Blessed Ones, are concerned about disrespectful acts, the Blessed One will leave Rajagriha, which is bound to be a loss for us." Thanks to the Blessed One's power, the people of the countries of Anga and Magadha have been rich and enjoyed themselves. In an agitated state of mind, he replied, "Will a country where the Blessed One is not staying become ruined and uninhabited?" All his mother's attempts to stop him were in vain. The Blessed One thought, since this prince, Ajatashatru, has performed a number of non-meritorious acts, now is not a good time for me to establish him in rootless faith. Therefore I shall go to Shravasti. Thereupon the Blessed One, with the community of disciples, traveled towards Shravasti. In due course he arrived at Shravasti and stayed in Shravasti in the Jetavana, Anathapindada's park. Neighboring minor kings heard that since Ajatashatru had performed disrespectful acts towards the Blessed One had become concerned about such disrespectful acts, left Rajagriha and arrived in Shravasti. They thought, for the time being, that sinful king, after having killed his father, who was a righteous Dharma king, is not content and has performed disrespectful acts towards the Blessed One, who is venerated by gods, asuras, and humans. Since the Buddhas, the Blessed Ones, are concerned about disrespectful acts, the Blessed One left Rajagriha and arrived in Shravasti. Therefore, by whatever means, we shall dethrone him. They sent messengers to each other and unified their efforts, prepared an army consisting of 4 divisions, and set off for Rajagriha, with an elephant division, a horse division, a chariot division, and an infantry division. They damaged the crops and camped around the city. The Naga king Apalala also damaged other crops by causing hail. Because the 500 hot springs, fountains, lakes, and ponds had dried up, there was a famine. The rest of the water supply was polluted with poison by the neighboring minor kings. Then, as if throwing ash on the wound of Ajatashatru, who could not bear his pain and was frightened, non-human beings took the opportunity to cause an epidemic, and then funeral biers jostled with one another. King Ajatashatru, his mind confused by the hundreds of losses, was plunged into grief, resting his cheek on his hand. Vaidehi asked him, "My son, why are you plunged into grief?" "Mother, I have suffered hundreds of losses." "My son, did I not once tell you, do not perform disrespectful acts towards the Blessed One? Since the Buddhas, the Blessed Ones, are concerned about disrespectful acts, the Blessed One will leave Rajagriha, which is bound to be a loss for us. That's why." "Mother, what should I do about it?" "My son, beg the Blessed One for forgiveness." "Mother, I cannot go into the presence of the Blessed One." "My son, have you not heard that the Buddhas, the Blessed Ones, accept being cut by an adze and being anointed with sandal paste as the same, and have abandoned anger and attachment? If one cut the Blessed One's arm with an adze and anointed his other arm with Goshirsha Kandana, the Blessed One would feel neither attachment nor anger towards him. Then King Ajatashatru, son of Vaidehi, ordered a man, "Go now to the Blessed One. When you arrive, bow low on my behalf until your forehead touches the Blessed One's feet, and ask if the Blessed One is free from trouble, free from illness, in good physical condition, healthy, without any trouble, and living in vigor and comfort. Then say, 'Honored One, this is a message from Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi. Honored One, though there is a bad son, there is no bad father, so may the Blessed One have compassion and come to Rajagriha. If the Blessed One does not come, the city of Rajagriha will soon be uninhabited, retaining only its name.' 'Certainly, your majesty,' replied the man to Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, and departed. The man in due course arrived in Shravasti and went to the Blessed One. When he arrived, he bowed low until his forehead touched the Blessed One's feet, and then he sat down to one side. When he had sat down to one side, the man said to the Blessed One, 'Honored One, King Ajatashatru, son of Vaidehi, bows low until his forehead touches the Blessed One's feet, and asks if the Blessed One is free from trouble, free from illness, and living in vigor and comfort. I hope you and Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, are living in comfort too.' 'Honored One, this is a message from Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi. Honored One, though there is a bad son, there is no bad father. So may the Blessed One have compassion and come to Rajagriha. If the Blessed One does not come, the city of Rajagriha will soon be uninhabited, retaining only its name.' The Blessed One assented to the man by remaining silent. Then the man, knowing that the Blessed One had assented by remaining silent, departed from the Blessed One's presence. Thereafter the Blessed One stayed in Shravasti as long as he wished, and then traveled toward Rajagriha with the community of disciples. In due course he arrived in the country of Magadha. By the power of the Blessed One, the gods who send wind dried up the waters that had been polluted with poison. The gods who bring rain filled the land with water of the 8 good qualities. The gods brought rain. The gods who have faith in the Buddha expelled the non-human beings from Rajagriha, and the epidemic ceased. When the neighboring minor kings heard that the Blessed One had come, they ended their siege of the city and left. Merchants displayed their merchandise. Each craftsman began to work. Merchants and caravan leaders living in each country began to enter Rajagriha, bringing their merchandise. The harvest became abundant. The great state of the Blessed One was proclaimed in wide streets, in small streets, at 3 forked roads, and at crossroads. Non-Buddhist ascetics became timid. People were very pleased. When Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, heard that the Blessed One had come to the country of Magadha, he was pleased. He rejoiced. He was very pleased. He was highly pleased, and he felt happy. He instructed his ministers, "Sirs, today decorate the road for 3.5 yojanas and beautify the cities for the sake of the Blessed One. In the whole city of Rajagriha, remove the stones, pebbles, and gravel, sprinkle sandalwood water, and hang many silk tassels. Set out sweet-smelling censers, and set up parasols and banners. At various intervals, make beautiful houses of flowers." "Certainly, your majesty," replied the ministers to Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, and they completed everything thoroughly. Then Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, with the majesty of a great king and the power of a great king, went to meet the Blessed One by himself, along with his army of 4 divisions. Then the Blessed One, who was self-controlled and followed by a self-controlled assembly, who was calm and followed by a calm assembly, who was peaceful and followed by a peaceful assembly, who was excellently self-controlled and followed by an excellently self-controlled assembly, who was an arhat and followed by an assembly of arhats, who was free from desire and followed by an assembly free from desire, who was beautiful and followed by a beautiful assembly, like a bull surrounded by bullocks, like an elephant surrounded by young elephants, like a lion surrounded by a pride of beasts, like a king of Hamsas surrounded by a flock of Hamsas, like a Garuda surrounded by a flock of birds, like a Brahmin surrounded by a group of his disciples, like an excellent physician surrounded by a group of patients, like a hero surrounded by a group of soldiers, like a guide surrounded by a group of visitors, like a caravan leader surrounded by a group of merchants, like a guild head surrounded by his kinsmen, like a minor king surrounded by a group of his ministers, like a wheel-turning king surrounded by his 1,000 sons, like the moon surrounded by the group of lunar mansions, like the sun surrounded by 1,000 lights, like Dhritarashtra surrounded by a group of Gandharvas, like Virudaka surrounded by a group of Kumbhandas, like Virupaksha surrounded by a group of Nagas, like Vaishravana surrounded by a group of Yakshas, like Vemachitra surrounded by a group of Asuras, like Shakra surrounded by the group of 33 gods, like Brahma surrounded by a group of gods attendant on Brahma, like the immovable ocean, like a rain cloud, like the best of elephants, free from rutting, exhibiting an undisturbed manner and behavior because his senses were completely restrained, fully ornamented with the 32 marks of a great man, illuminated by the 80 minor marks, ornamented with a fathom-wide halo, beautiful like a moving mountain of jewels with a radiance surpassing 1,000 suns, and having the 10 powers, 4 types of self-confidence, 3 unshared applications of mindfulness, and great compassion, arrived at the city of Rajagriha, followed by a large community of monks, Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha and son of Vaidehi, and hundreds of thousands of gods. At the moment the Blessed One entered Rajagriha, and with a specific intention placed his right foot on the threshold of the city gate, the great earth quaked in 6 ways. This great earth quaked furiously, and quaked absolutely furiously. It roared furiously, and roared absolutely furiously. When the eastern side rose, the western side sank. When the western side rose, the eastern side sank. When the southern side rose, the northern side sank. When the northern side rose, the southern side sank. When the periphery rose, the middle sank. When the middle rose, the periphery sank. This whole world, along with the interstices between the worlds, was illuminated by a huge light. Gods beat drums in the air. Gods in the sky scattered divine flowers such as Utpala, Padma, Kumuda, and Pundarika, agaru powder, tagara powder, and powder from the tamala leaf, divine mandarava flowers and garments. When the Blessed One came to the city, these wonders occurred. In addition, narrow places became wide, low places rose, and high places sank. Elephants roared, horses roared, and bulls also roared. Various musical instruments in houses sounded of their own accord without being struck. Blind people could see, deaf people could hear, mute people could speak, and those who had other imperfect faculties gained the perfection of each faculty, and the drunk became sober. Those who had taken poison recovered from the effect of the poison. Those who were angry with each other became friendly. Pregnant women bore their children safely. Those who had been confined in prison were freed, and those who lacked property obtained property. Having seen such prosperity, a lay brother spoke this verse. In the country where the Lord of the world appears, there are no crop failures, epidemics, or external attacks. The gods bring rain, people make merit, and hundreds of wonders occur there. Thereupon the Blessed One entered Rajagriha and relieved the people. He then left Rajagriha and entered the bamboo grove. Then Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, went to the Blessed One. When he arrived, he bowed low until his forehead touched the Blessed One's feet, and then he sat down to one side. When he had sat down to one side, the Blessed One, through talk consistent with the Dharma, instructed, inspired, encouraged, and delighted Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, and was then silent. Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, then praised and rejoiced in the words of the Blessed One. He rose from his seat, draped his upper robe over one shoulder, made the gesture of supplication to the Blessed One, and said to the Blessed One, "May the Blessed One, together with the community of monks, assent to my offer of the requisites for 3 months, namely robes, alms food, bedding, and seats, and medicines for the sick." The Blessed One gave his assent to Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, by remaining silent. Then Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, knowing that the Blessed One had assented by remaining silent, bowed low until his forehead touched the Blessed One's feet, rose from his seat, and departed. The Blessed One with the community of monks was then provided by Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, with the requisites, namely robes, alms food, bedding, and seats, and medicines for the sick, for 3 months. The epidemic in Vaishali. After that, the epidemic was eradicated by the gods who had faith in the Buddha. It left Rajagriha, but appeared in a place named Gumjika. When it entered Vaishali, the people of Vaishali suffered from the epidemic, and funeral biers jostled one another. There was a Brahmin in Vaishali named Tomara, who was the chief priest of the country. In a dream, a god living in Vaishali said, "If the Blessed One, the supreme tamer of people to be tamed, the joy of the lineage of the Shakyans, comes to Vaishali, harm will cease." After the night had passed, Tomara said to the people of the Likchavi clan in Vaishali, "Sirs, I dreamed such and such a dream." "Sirs, what should we do about it?" they wondered. "Whom shall we send as a messenger to the Blessed One?" They conferred with each other and said, "This chief priest Tomara is himself capable in everything, and he loves us. We shall send him." They said to him, "Go to the Blessed One. When you have arrived, bow low on our behalf until your forehead touches the Blessed One's feet, and then ask if the Blessed One is free from trouble, free from illness. Then say, 'Honored One, this is a message from the people of Vaishali. May the Blessed One come to Vaishali. If the Blessed One does not come to Vaishali, Vaishali will soon be uninhabited, retaining only its name.' Sirs," he said, "since Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, has sought to do harm to you, and been your enemy for many years, I am afraid he may do harm to me." They answered with this verse, "Even at a time of war against another country, it is said that messengers are not killed. Needless to say, nobody will kill you, because you are a messenger to the victor." Thereupon the chief priest Tomara performed various rituals that bring good fortune, blessings, and well-being, and in due course arrived in Rajagriha. After he was fully rested, he went to the Blessed One. When he arrived face to face with the Blessed One, he made plenty of pleasant and joyful conversation, and then sat down to one side. When he had sat down to one side, the chief priest Tomara said to the Blessed One, "O Gautama, the people of Vaishali bow low until their foreheads touch the Blessed One's feet, and ask that the Blessed One is free from trouble, free from illness, in good physical condition, healthy, having no trouble, and living in vigor and comfort. Tomara, I hope you and the people of Vaishali are living in comfort too. O Gautama, this is a message from the people of Vaishali. May the Blessed One come to Vaishali. If the Blessed One does not come to Vaishali, Vaishali will soon be uninhabited, retaining only its name." "Tomara," replied the Blessed One, "together with the community of disciples, I am being provided with all the requisites for 3 months by Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi. So ask the king for permission. If the king permits it, I shall go as you have asked." Tomara sent a message to the people of Vaishali that the Blessed One had spoken thus. The people of Vaishali returned a message. "Then you should go to Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi. When you arrive, ask on our behalf if Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, is free from trouble, free from illness, in good physical condition, healthy, having no trouble, and living in vigor and comfort. Then say this, 'Your Majesty, please permit the Blessed One to come to Vaishali. If your Majesty does not permit it, Vaishali will soon be uninhabited, retaining only its name.'" Then the chief priest Tomara asked himself, "Should I first contact the king or his ministers?" He thought, "Some people say, do not make contact directly. You should contact those who help you contact the person. In short, I should contact the ministers." And so he did try to contact the ministers. The ministers then inquired of him, "O chief priest, for what business have you come?" "Sirs," he replied, "I came to ask His Majesty a favor for the Blessed One. Please help me." "Certainly. Come when we call you," they said. Thereupon they found an appropriate time and called him. The chief priest Tomara then went to Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi. When he arrived, he wished Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, victory and long life, and sat to one side. When he had sat to one side, the chief priest Tomara said to Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, "Your Majesty, the people of Vaishali ask whether your Majesty is free from trouble." Tomara, "I hope you and the people of Vaishali are living in comfort too." "Your Majesty, this is a message from the people of Vaishali. Your Majesty, please permit the Blessed One to come to Vaishali. If your Majesty does not permit it, Vaishali will soon be uninhabited, retaining only its name." "Tomara," said the king, "I have long thought, oh, why shouldn't the land of Vaishali become uninhabited? If the land of Vaishali becomes uninhabited, it will happen that I obtain without difficulty the very thing for which I have hoped." When the king had spoken thus, Tomara departed. The ministers said, "Your Majesty, does the Blessed One abandon any living being?" "No, sirs, he does not." "Then your Majesty is performing a disrespectful act towards the Blessed One. Whether your Majesty permits the Blessed One or not, the Blessed One will go out of compassion for the beings in Vaishali." "Sirs, I did not know that," said the king. "Call Tomara back then." They called Tomara back, and the king said to him, "Tomara, I promise I will permit the Blessed One to go. I will permit this if the people of Vaishali venerate and serve the Blessed One as I do." Tomara then sent a message to the people of Vaishali. "The king has spoken thus." The people said, "While the king has venerated and served the Blessed One only by himself, why would we, who are many, not do so?" They sent a message back. "Ask the Blessed One to come, and we will venerate and serve the Blessed One as a noble one more beautifully than the king did." Tomara then informed the king of this. Thereupon Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, went to the Blessed One. When he arrived, he bowed low until his forehead touched the Blessed One's feet, and then he sat down to one side. When he had sat down to one side, Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, said to the Blessed One, "Honored One, I wish to provide the Blessed One, together with the community of monks, with the requisites, namely robes, alms food, bedding and seats, and medicines for the sick, throughout my life. But the Blessed One will not permit it out of compassion for other beings. May the Blessed One then assent to my offer of a meal." The Blessed One assented to Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, by remaining silent. Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, knowing that the Blessed One had assented by remaining silent, rose from his seat, bowed low until his forehead touched the Blessed One's feet, and departed. Thereupon Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, prepared a pure and fine meal during the night. The next morning he let the Blessed One know the time by messenger. "Honored One, the time has arrived. May the Blessed One know that the meal is ready." Knowing that the Blessed One had finished his meal and washed his hands and his bowl, the king held a golden pitcher and asked the Blessed One a favor. "Honored One, the Blessed One has converted a lot of wicked Nagas and wicked Yakshas. Honored One, this Naga king, Apalala, has for a long time been hostile towards us who are not hostile, adversarial towards us who are not adversarial, and injurious to us who have not been injurious, and he wasted our crops that had just grown. May the Blessed One have compassion and excellently convert the Naga king Apalava." The Blessed One assented to Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, by remaining silent. Thereupon the Blessed One assigned the rewards of the offerings to Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, and departed. When he arrived at the monastery, the Blessed One sat on the seat prepared for him in front of the community of monks. When he had sat down, the Blessed One said to the Venerable Ananda, Ananda, let us go to convert the Naga king Apalala in the northern region. There are 5 advantages of the northern region. What are the 5? There are abundant flowers, there are abundant fruits, there is abundant water, there is efficient alms food, and there are honest people. When he had said this, the Blessed One entered the monastery to go into seclusion. Thereupon Ajatashatru, the king of Magadha, son of Vaidehi, ordered that the road from Rajagriha to the Ganges and the cities in the country of Magadha all be cleaned. All the stones, pebbles, and gravel be removed, sandalwood water be sprinkled, sweet-smelling censers be set out, many silk tassels be hung, and at various intervals beautiful houses made of flowers be prepared. The people of the Likchavi clan in Vaishali had the road from the Ganges to Vaishali and the cities cleaned more beautifully than he did. Then in the evening the Blessed One arose from his seclusion and said to the Venerable Ananda, Ananda, let us go to Nalanda. Certainly, O honored one, replied the Venerable Ananda to the Blessed One. Nalanda. Thereupon the Blessed One, traveling through the country of Magadha, arrived in Nalanda and stayed in a mango forest named Pravarika near Nalanda. At that time there lived a wandering mendicant named Reed Merchant who was old, aged, elderly, 120 years old. He was treated with honor, looked up to, esteemed, venerated, and paid homage to as a worthy man. Now a god who had once been a friend, companion, relative, and relation of the wandering mendicant, Reed Merchant thought, if I say to the wandering mendicant, Reed Merchant, O Rishi, lead now the pure life in the presence of the Blessed One, he will never listen to me. Now I will go to him and make him ponder some questions. The god then went to the wandering mendicant, Reed Merchant. When he arrived, he said to the wandering mendicant, Reed Merchant, O Rishi, now accept and ponder these questions from me. How should you recognize a person who pretends to be a friend while he is not in fact a friend? How should you know a friend who loves you as much as himself? For the sake of what should you enter into renunciation? How should you attain freedom from illness? O Rishi, hold these questions in your mind, and if someone answers them and thereby pleases you, you should lead the pure life in the presence of that person. He then disappeared from there. Then the wandering mendicant Reed Merchant, having accepted and pondered the questions from the god, went to Purana Kashyapa. When he arrived, he considered the questions in his mind in front of Purana Kashyapa. How should I recognize a person who pretends to be a friend while he is not in fact a friend? How should I attain freedom from illness? Purana Kashyapa did not know or understand the questions being considered in the mendicant's mind, let alone answer them. Then the wandering mendicant Reed Merchant thought, Purana Kashyapa did not know or understand the questions considered in my mind, let alone answer them. He went to Maskari Goshaliputra, Samjayi Vairatiputra, Ajita Keshakambala, and Nirgranta Jnanaputra. When he arrived, he considered the questions in his mind in front of Nirgranta Jnanaputra. How should I recognize a person who pretends to be a friend, while he is not in fact a friend? He thought, Nirgranta Jnanaputra did not know or understand the questions considered in my mind, let alone answer them either. Then the wandering mendicant Reed Merchant thought, what is the use of my going forth under one who cannot answer the questions being considered in my mind? Since my kinsmen have many possessions, I shall now stay at home, enjoy the objects of desire, give donations, and make merit. Yet this idea also occurred to him. Now I shall go to the Shramana Gautama. When he had departed, he again thought, for the time being, Purana Kashyapa and Nirgranta Jnanaputra, who are aged Shramanas and Brahmins, did not know or understand the questions being considered in my mind. Needless to say, the Shramana Gautama, who is younger and has only recently gone forth, will not either. When he had started to turn back, he again thought, I have heard from my teachers of conduct, who were old, aged, and elderly, former wandering mendicants, that one should not despise a young monk. One should not slight a young monk, since even a young monk can become one who has great force and great power. He then went to the Blessed One. When he arrived, he considered the questions in his mind in front of the Blessed One. How should I recognize a person who pretends to be a friend while he is not in fact a friend? How should I attain freedom from illness? The Blessed One, knowing the wandering mendicant reed merchant's mind with his own mind, then at that time spoke these verses. One who, condemning his friend in the presence of other people, says, he exhausted me, and acts with regard to high and low status, should be known not to be your friend. One who, speaking untrue words to his friends, does not do what he has said, is also well known by the wise. You should know that such a person is a person who pretends to be a friend while he is not in fact a friend. How should you know a friend who loves you as much as himself? One who is always shrewd and watching opportunistically is not your friend. In this world, one whose mind is equal to yours and who is never separated from you by others is your friend. You should know such a person is a friend who loves you as much as himself. For the sake of what should you enter into renunciation? To be one who, abandoning completely that to which he had been attached, sees the fruits of acts and meditates on peace, which causes pleasure and leads to an exalted status. You should meditate seeking it. How should you attain freedom from illness? One who, knowing the taste of complete solitude and the taste of peace, savors the joy of the Dharma, becomes one free from illness and sin. You will attain freedom from illness in such a way. Then the wandering mendicant reed merchant thought, my mind was known by the Shramana Gautama's mind. He said to the Blessed One, Gautama, I wish to go forth and be ordained a monk in the well-taught Dharma and Vinaya. Blessed One, I will lead the pure life in the presence of the Shramana Gautama. The wandering mendicant reed merchant went forth and was ordained a monk in the well-taught Dharma and Vinaya. After having thus gone forth, the Venerable became an Arhat, whose mind had been completely liberated. Thereupon the Blessed One said to the Venerable Ananda, Ananda, let us go to Paitali village. Certainly, O honored one, replied the Venerable Ananda to the Blessed One.